Modern data generation operates on a scale that defies traditional computing. Today, organizations generate petabytes of information daily. A single vertical server, no matter how advanced or expensive, simply cannot hold it all, nor can it process it fast enough. Welcome to Insight Engine. Today, in collaboration with Royal Research, we are examining the architecture that makes big data possible. The traditional solution to capacity problems was scaling up, buying a larger, faster, and far more expensive hard drive. But when you are dealing with petabytes of data, physics and economics eventually cap how much you can pack into a single machine. The math of vertical scaling breaks down. The alternative is scaling horizontally. Instead of building one massive supercomputer, you link together hundreds or thousands of cheap, standard computers, commodity hardware, into a massive cluster. But commodity hardware introduces a severe structural problem. Cheap components have high failure rates. And linking thousands of distinct drives over a local network creates massive data traffic jams. To control these sprawling, failure-prone clusters, engineers developed the Hadoop Distributed File System, or HDFS. HDFS discards the traditional rules of file management. It assumes the hardware will constantly fail, and it optimizes entirely for moving massive volumes of data continuously across the network. A standard operating system stores files in tiny blocks, typically 4 kilobytes in size. This structure is highly efficient for what a personal computer does: quick, random access and low-latency edits to small files. But if you attempt to use 4 kilobyte blocks to process a continuous multi-terabyte dataset, the hard drive's mechanical read head has to constantly search for millions of distinct addresses. That mechanical movement alone slows processing to a crawl. This side-by-side scale comparison highlights the difference. On the left is the standard 4 kilobyte block. On the right is the HDFS block, which is a massive 128 or 256 megabytes. By consolidating data into these huge blocks, HDFS significantly reduces the mechanical cost of seek time. The drive head spends less time hunting for the start of a file and more time actually reading the data. This configuration maximizes sustained data transfer rates. Instead of stopping and starting, the system can sequentially read immense datasets at high speed. HDFS also relies on a write once, read many assumption. Files are created, written, and then locked. They are not intended for continuous editing or appending, which matches the reality of large-scale analytics, where massive datasets are analyzed repeatedly rather than constantly modified. The strict trade-off for this architecture is efficiency at the lower end. HDFS generates significant overhead if you attempt to use it to manage millions of small files. It willfully sacrifices low-latency access and random editing to secure the sheer throughput required to process immense volumes of data continuously. When you slice a single petabyte file into thousands of 128 megabyte blocks and scatter them across hundreds of different physical machines, you face a logistical hurdle, tracking where every single piece of data resides. This network topology chart illustrates the HDFS hierarchy. A single master server sits at the top, managing a massive array of worker nodes below. That master server is called the name node. It functions as the cluster's brain, maintaining the complete directory tree and the exact location metadata for every single block across the system. But the crucial design choice here is decoupling. The name node holds only the metadata map. It stores absolutely zero physical file data itself. The physical storage happens at the bottom of the hierarchy, on the worker servers known as data nodes. These are the machines that actually house those heavy 128 megabyte blocks. When a client application needs to read or write a file, it asks the name node for the location. But the actual heavy lifting, the transfer of the multi-megabyte data block, happens directly between the client and the data node. By strictly separating the map from the territory, HDFS ensures the central directory never has to process massive file transfers. This prevents the master node from becoming a fatal processing bottleneck as the cluster scales up. Operating thousands of cheap commodity hard drives means hardware failure is no longer an anomaly. It is a statistical certainty. Drives will crash, power supplies will short, and entire machines will die daily. When a physical server fails in a standard setup, any unique data stored on that machine instantly vanishes. To prevent data loss, this network map shows how HDFS monitors the health of the entire sprawling cluster in real time. Continuous pulse lines travel upward from the array of data nodes to the central name node. These telemetry pulses are called heartbeats. Every data node sends periodic heartbeats and block reports to the name node to confirm it is powered on and operating correctly. To guarantee the data survives, HDFS uses a default replication factor of 3. The system deliberately copies every single data block to 3 separate independent nodes across the cluster. If a physical machine crashes, its heartbeat terminates. The name node detects the silence and marks the machine as permanently offline. The name node immediately consults its metadata map to identify exactly which data blocks were stored on the dead machine. Because every block was replicated, 2 copies still exist elsewhere in the cluster. The name node automatically orchestrates the surviving data nodes to replicate those remaining blocks again, restoring the strict 3 times redundancy. HDFS does not rely on expensive, indestructible hardware. Instead, it masks the chaos of cheap hardware through algorithmic redundancy, ensuring total data reliability. Even with massive blocks and decoupled metadata, distributed computing faces one final physical limitation: the bandwidth of the network itself. This diagram illustrates the problem. If you attempt to move petabytes of data from a storage drive through a standard network switch to reach a separate computation node, you instantly cause massive congestion. The pipeline simply cannot handle the load. HDFS solves this by reversing the process. Instead of sending the heavy data block through the network to the computation logic, it sends a tiny computation task directly to the data node where the block already resides. This is called data locality. The processing happens precisely where the data is physically stored, entirely bypassing the local network bottlenecks. The entire architecture relies on 3 integrated pillars. Metadata is completely decoupled from storage. Massive blocks optimize sequential throughput, and automated replication covers hardware failure. Together, these 3 design choices completely bypass the severe physical limitations that plague cheap hardware and slow local networks. By treating failure as a default state and prioritizing throughput over latency, HDFS provides the exact engineering breakthrough necessary to make massive, petabyte-scale analytics economically and physically possible on modern infrastructure.